Hello, everyone. We are having here a nice other example of a successful female colleague, woman in testing. And I would like to say hello to Nadia from Georgia. Nadia is the CEO of Exact Pro Systems Georgia, a software testing company for financial market infrastructures. And she is also a co-founder and president of the Georgian Software Testing Board. And she raises awareness and has a huge influence in the field of software testing in the IT industry, and is also representing her wonderful country in the ISTQB community. Hello, Nadia to Georgia. Nice to have you here.
Hello, Stefan. Hello, everyone from everywhere. Nice to be here. And I would like to firstly thank all of you for inviting me here. And
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure to have you here. And we would like to start to talk about your personal career in software testing in this specific field. And I think it's interesting to hear from you, how did you start your career in software testing?
well, I guess I need to tell a little bit more, starting quite earlier from my studies, going back to the years. And I, like majority of the students, I was also searching myself in different directions. Like I took a bachelor degree in computer science, and at the same time, of course, I was working. I started as a programmer, working on C++ for a company producing engines and developing softwares for cars. And then soon I realized that it was not mine, and I dramatically changed the area, moved to finance area, and landing at Heidelberg Cement and Finances as a reporting specialist. I was a team player there, but mostly I was involved in technical tasks, such as creating some technical reports that could come up with creating formulas all by myself, or creating some smart reports, etc., and similar things. Then moved to EY, and at the very point I realized that technology was the field I wanted to return. I started as business analyst, then moved to project manager and project management, and for the years I was working on a different projects, different products from even different sectors like a public or private sectors. And in most cases, while I was delivering the important project to the local market, my responsibilities, of course, partially was connected to software testing. And in 2018, I got a very interesting offer from a software company. At that time, the company was entering on the local Georgian market. And I liked this profile. It was pure software testing services for mission critical projects around the financial infrastructures. And while the clients were the biggest players in the global financial industry, I was eager to accept this challenge, and was very interested to know this domain of the knowledge, and felt really motivated to learn more about software testing for such a big companies, for such big projects, and how it worked properly. And I set this goal for myself to learn and to understand more. And another important topic while I was connected to software testing more deeply, it was at the very point when I started to investigate deep diving into software testing market, especially in Georgia. I realized that the area was quite immature. Like software testing profession was not desirable one in Georgia, not so popular. And there was not the proper understanding of the skills behind that. And with support of my colleagues from different companies who were working already in software testing direction, and also support with Exact Pro, we managed to establish the local board of ISTQB here in Georgia. It's called GeoSTQB. And it was the first achievement when we became the official representative national board of ISTQB in Georgia. And I would say that still even today and even in future, it's a big adventure for the whole board and for any of us.
I can imagine, but beside general challenges or barriers or problems to explain the job profile of a software tester, specifically from a female perspective as a woman, did you find there were more barriers or challenges to pursuing a career in software testing? In other words, is it easier for women to start a career in software testing, do specific skills maybe or specific attitude, or from your personal experiences, was it a hard way?
Well, starting even from school years, quite earlier, I could quite often remember that stereotypes, like I guess everyone heard this, that for example, math is more for boys rather than for girls, and STEAM subjects seem mainly deemed to be easy for men than women. But I had quite good support from my family from the very beginning, because my father is a professor of computer science and mother
Ah,
is an economist. So from
yeah.
early childhood, I was quite closely raising and growing up near to the STEAM subjects. And I got used to male-dominated environments starting from very high school and later in the work as well. I cannot say that I ever thought that and ever had a feeling that I cannot achieve anything or cannot do anything just because of gender. I
Mhm.
always believe that the main thing is hard working in order to achieve or have success, everything in life. It's connected
Yeah.
to anything in life, and of course with the software testing as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
As,
and of yes.
as I know you, I know that you are a very hard worker, yeah, and very consequent in that what you are doing. Beside hard working, regarding your successful career as a leader in software testing, what other factors do you think have helped you to achieve this position you have currently?
Um, so I think um, well, hard working is I
Qualification,
think the
good qualification, hard working, you already mentioned. Is there something else, let's say specific soft skills or something like this? What do you think?
Well, definitely detail-oriented, for example, or some soft skills are the things that it's really necessary when you start in software testing. And but what I currently see, even I see even examples, real examples, when people from a totally different area start in software testing, even if they are in ages, quite late ages, they can move and change their profession without any background, but with a desire, motivation, and to learn more, to grow up, to explore themselves. They are getting a lot of things, and then they are becoming professionals. So the main thing for me is always to see the desire. It was also the same for me, and with the hard working and with desire, you can learn a lot of things and you can achieve a lot in your career path. In general, I think.
What a message, right? Yeah. But if you have a look to the general situation of women in technical areas or software testing, do you think there has been a more positive shift towards equality in the workplace? Was there any improvement over the last couple of years?
Well, firstly, for example, for Georgia, I can say that here, unfortunately, you can't find any specific statistical data that is official, but you can find a lot of information around that that was gathered and shared by some private companies. And these confirm that there exist a lot of different aspects related to the gender. And there are a lot of surveys that shows, for example, women connected with the women's confidence, that unfortunately not always and sometimes we are not so confident in ourselves, and that makes us to go step backward and not forward. And speaking about what has changed for the last time, I think positive answer is here, because for the last years I see a lot of programs, even some organizations who have developed and are supporting women in a different directions from, for example, agriculture or technologies and totally even fintech. And there are a lot of fundraising programs that are supporting women on this direction. And it's not only locally here, for example, that I see, and also trying to be part of them to support women who are not confident in themselves to start career in software testing and in tech directions as well. I'm trying to make them more confident, to believe in themselves, that nothing is impossible, and to try and to move on this direction. And there are, of course, a lot of global movements who support women in tech nowadays. And also in this way, I'm trying to support all the women from worldwide, depending on my resources, of course. And there are also companies, what I see for the last times, who have, for example, special policies related to gender gap or harassment and any other discrimination related aspects, and they are trying to support this topic as well. So I think definitely the situation has changed for the last period.
Okay, and you already addressed your message to the next generation, but it brings me to my last question. Do you have some words of advice to share with girls or young women who are interested in a career in testing? So what's your message to the next generation?
We have quite a good wording, the phrase that we use in a company, that software testing is relentless learning. I still believe, like I mentioned, that the important thing is desire. For a young generation, and even not connected with age, I think there can be found a lot of materials, a lot of even courses, even not like free of charge, that you can explore yourself, learn more, get more education, and start, especially on the fundamentals and foundation level. And then, of course, you understand how to grow up, to learn more and develop yourself. And of course, there are lots of other internship programs that can help you to grow up. So I think the main thing starts with like set the goal and start to move forward, like work hard, and I'm sure you will get a much more easier and faster the desired results. This is my message for young specialists who are just starting now.
It was a pleasure to see and to hear you, Nadia. This was a very good, nice example to follow to everyone there in the community. If you would like to get in contact with Nadia, you can contact us. We will forward your questions and ideas to her. Hopefully, Nadia, we will meet each other quite soon again. To our audience here from this special session, you can follow all the interviews and messages and nice articles at #ISTQB Women in Testing. Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you, Stefan. Bye, everyone.
Quite soon. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.